So the million-dollar question that's happening is whether eXp Realty is buying independent brokerages now. And if you're an independent broker, this could be the opportunity that you've been looking for. Because just recently, eXp Realty announced their Boost program, where they're offering an incentive for you to move your brokerage, and that's prompted a lot of high-producing groups to look at partnering with eXp. Now, there's a lot that I want to unpack here, especially about why there's been so much shifting towards my group within eXp recently, and I also want to point out the specifics of this brand new Boost program. So let's dive in. What's up, guys? It's Jared Hill, your educational go-to here at the Agent First group within eXp Realty. And I'm really excited to share this with you because the group that I'm a part of has been able to welcome a ton of solo agents as well as independent brokerages over the past few years. It's been both newer and experienced agents, and they're seeing results in their businesses after partnering because of all of the private training we provide above and beyond what eXp Realty already provides. And if you want to know more about that, just check the link in the description below and I can pull back the curtains and walk you through what my group does that's so much different than the rest. So here's the thing. Maybe you've been facing some challenges in running your brokerage, and we're in this type of market where transactions may be down a bit depending on where you are. Things are just getting a little tougher across the board. But the thing is, eXp's been the only profitable brokerage right now, adding agents and growing constantly, and is now the #1 brokerage in the world in transactions. And by now you may have seen some of the activity. You might know a few solo brokers that have made the move, or some independent brokerages that have made the switch over the past few years. And that's without this most recent incentive, which makes this announcement so huge. Now, I've spoken with agents and firm brokers, and I've found that one of the biggest objections in partnering with eXp was that they felt that they didn't want to give up the brokerage. But that's not the case. I was in a similar circumstance before coming over with my group a few years ago, and I felt the exact same way. But I found that when you partner with eXp Realty, you're not giving up anything essentially. What partnering actually does is it amplifies the pros while alleviating the cons of being an independent broker. And I'll break it all down for you real quick. Here's the pros. When you're an independent broker owner, you get to choose to use your own brand identity, your logos, your colors, everything that you've created. You have ownership in your business, and you get compensated from the agents that you brought in or that have partnered with you locally. Now, when we look at the cons, you carry all the risk as a broker owner, all the liability. And in most circumstances, you're typically restricted to where you are geographically, meaning you're growing your group within your state, usually within your city. In most circumstances, you have little to no exit strategy, and for lack of a better term, it can become sort of an adult daycare. You're probably the sole point of contact for everyone and everything, and it's exhausting. And then you got overhead and all sorts of other issues to worry about when it comes to being an independent broker owner. So what's the difference? Well, here's the pros. When an independent group partners with eXp Realty, they do in fact get to keep their branding. That's not something that you have to lose. For example, this brokerage just recently joined my group. Let's say they were called the Great Group out of Charleston. Well, now they're the Great Group, brokered by eXp Realty. They kept their logo, they kept their name, they kept their colors, they kept everything. eXp understands the power of a personal brand, and you get flexibility over your branding. And that's amplified because you get to leverage big brand name recognition at the same time. Second pro, you still get compensated by agents within your group or that have partnered with you, but instead of it being locally and geographically restricted, you open things up to have agents be able to partner with you in other states and even other countries. You're globally unrestricted and you still have ownership in your business. And let's say an agent from within your group decides that they want to build their own team. They no longer have to leave in order to do so in growing their own brand. And when they do, it grows your group at the same time. So again, all of the pros are amplified. And when we look at the cons, those are all alleviated. Those independent brokers that have partnered, they no longer carry that risk. They don't carry that liability because everything is written in eXp's name. And with a cloud-based brokerage with thousands of employees, you no longer have to play adult daycare because you've got staff included to handle all of your back-end support and training for your agents. And not only that, now you have a massive exit strategy at your fingertips. And I'm going to break that down quickly, and then we can fully unpack this new announcement of eXp's Boost program. When it comes to exit strategies, most agents don't have them. I've asked my agent friends, what do you plan to do to retire? And you guys should have seen the responses. They were hilarious. My agent friends were saying things like, realtors can't retire, or that word doesn't exist in our vocabulary. But my personal favorite was, I've got a listing appointment scheduled for 9 a.m. on the morning of my funeral. I say all that again to say that most agents don't have an exit strategy at all, but there are absolutely independent brokers out there that are intentional about building their business with an exit plan in mind. And if you've ever built a business to the point to be able to sell it, then you'd understand that brokerages are positioned to sell based on certain metrics like annual earnings. But what people don't know is that those initial numbers and projections can change, and those deals that were looking so good don't always turn out to be what they thought they were going to be, because you've got to factor in things like attrition. And if the production or retention rates don't hold during the term, then those initial numbers, they can change drastically. Now, granted, it is an exit strategy, but is it really the best one out there? And that brings us back full circle to eXp's standard structure and this new program that puts independent brokers in a way better position. So with this new Boost platform, eXp has built in some financial incentives to help with the transition of these top producing brokerages. This is not buying brokerages. This is not a buyout. This is to help cover that transition. So if cost to cover a move may be an issue, or that's what's been holding you back from potentially making a move, then what I'm going to share next is absolutely for you. Because essentially this Boost program makes that transition easier for these independent brokerages. So as part of this Boost program, eXp Realty will provide financial incentive to independent brokerages that are culturally aligned, have more than 50 agents, and a minimum of $100 million in sales volume in the originating country over the previous 12-month fiscal period. Now, if you're watching this and you're saying, Jared, I've got an independent brokerage, but it's 30 agents, or it's 25 agents, or it's 50 agents, it's not 100, or let's say it's 10 agents. Don't worry. If you book a call with me, we've helped work some magic on some smaller brokerages to make this an incredible opportunity as well. This is just some general criteria for the Boost program, but there are incredible opportunities for solo agents and smaller independent brokerages. So just give me a shout on that too. So again, feel free to reach out even if you don't hit those metrics. Here's a quote from Glenn Sanford that I want to share with you guys. He says, "We're laser focused on attracting and retaining the best agents in the business. Boost aligns the interests of independent teams and brokerages with eXp Realty through a shared commitment to our values, culture, and growth goals. Our platform is designed to help individual agents and teams thrive. We understand the pressures that down markets place on independent teams and brokerages, and this program is intended to alleviate that stress and streamline the transition process." And that's from Glenn Sanford, our founder and CEO of eXp Realty. So essentially what's happening here is there's an application and process that you sort of go through. We look at the numbers, we look at the data, all confidential. We look at the cultural alignment, and there's a form that kind of audits this and outlines what eXp Realty can do in order to take you from your current position, welcome you into the eXp family, and then take your business completely to the next level. So if you're an independent broker, you should seriously consider looking at this structure and how it applies to you specifically. You want to see how it might benefit you, because it's proven to be an opportunity for others to be able to scale and grow. Even if it's on a fact-finding basis, you want to take an opportunity to make sure that you're educated and informed. I've got an incredible relationship with our growth team here. And again, we've helped solo agents, team leads, and broker owners on a daily basis see different opportunities to grow. We can dive into it privately and see what things look like for you specifically on paper. Like I said, feel free to book a call. You know what I want to do for you guys? If you want the full fact sheet on the Boost program, just drop Boost in the comments and I'll make sure to get it to you. And hopefully we can welcome you into the family and truly show you what this life-changing opportunity is all about. And listen, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and give me a like. I've got quite a bit more that I want to share with you guys soon, and I don't want you to miss any of it.